addresses these issues than Eyes to See. Tim Muehlhoff is a colleague and friend. I have known this brother for several decades and co-wrote an apologetics book with him, The God Conversation, using stories and illustrations to explain your faith. There are many reasons why I admire him, but one stands out, not because it is the most important thing about him, but because it is so rare and needed in the body of Christ. Tim always comes up with a fresh, neglected, and important way of looking at something so many others, including me, don't see. As a result, I have learned from him to put on a new set of glasses, or been challenged to dust off an old set that I have failed to wear for a long time. In this way, Tim has regularly enriched my life, broadened and deepened my love for Jesus, and facilitated my growth toward a mature, healthy Jesus follower. Among his many important books, Eyes to See may just be at the top of the list. Its publication is exactly for such a time as this. Introduction. Looking for God. Which would you pick? If you could travel back to biblical times to witness God in action, what would you most want to see? Imagine the possibilities. You shield yourself from the spray as Pharaoh's chariots are consumed by raging waters. Trumpets blast as the seemingly impenetrable walls of Jericho fall with a deafening thud, shaking the ground beneath you. Your hair is singed as fire comes down from heaven, consuming the prophet Elijah's sacrifice as hundreds of Baal's prophets are silenced. Or perhaps you'd opt for watching Jesus heal the leper, raise Lazarus, or feed the 5,000. How many would choose to watch early Christians collect food for the poor, help build sanitation systems for the city of Antioch, or provide life-saving assistance to Roman citizens during a plague in AD 165? The goal of Eyes to See is to expand our view of what counts as an act of God, realizing that the ingenuity of designing a sanitation system and parting the sea are both divine. In no way am I discounting the dramatic acts of God that are the topic of movies or sermons. Nor am I suggesting that God doesn't act in miraculous ways today. Reports from missionaries abroad record miracles too many to ignore, and many of us have answers to prayer that defy natural explanations. Rather, I'm attempting to bring attention to an oft-forgotten avenue of divine action called common grace, where God indiscriminately provides blessings to a rebellious world. If miraculous acts are God's highlight reel, then common grace is the ever-present but oft-ignored elevator music that plays in the background of our lives 24/7. Our desire for the dramatic is understandable and perhaps stoked by some of our favorite worship songs. In the rousing song Rattle we hear, "My God is able to save and deliver and heal and restore anything that he wants to." In another song, Famous For, a person longs to have experiences on par with a lion's mouth being closed, standing in fire, and walking through the waters. The lyrics reference powerful moments such as Daniel being thrown in a den of lions but not being eaten, Daniel chapter 6, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego surviving the king's furnace, Daniel chapter 3, and the parting of the Red Sea, Exodus chapter 14. Putting these two songs together, we learn God can do anything, heal, deliver, restore, he wants to, and he's done it in the past as evidenced by lions' mouths being closed. So, why doesn't he heal or deliver more often? Serving as an interim teaching pastor at a church in Orange County, California, I had many people come up after a stirring sermon or worship set and ask in hushed tones, "Why doesn't God answer my prayers? We're desperate, and he doesn't seem to be doing anything." There is no doubt that the dramatic stories and miracles in the Bible, sermons, and worship songs are praiseworthy and faith-building. But shouldn't God be equally famous for less dramatic acts that improve our lives? As we shall hear, God is praiseworthy for medical discoveries, technological advancement, and community.